I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. So with the introduction of the new cash system, there's been a little bit of an issue with two different things in the new cash system. Possibly three. So I'm going to try to give solutions to these problems in as nice a way as possible without it just saying, I want more. So let's talk about the three different issues that I see. So the first issue that I see is up here. When you go into the collector's reserves here, when you're looking at these spotlight caches, there's weeks where you just aren't going to care about what's in there. I know for myself that I basically got really lucky with Jean Grey this roll around. And the reason I got lucky is because I already own Null. I don't really care for Moving Tribunal, sorry. And this third random card, you're going by the logic that it's using for what it can pick. Some of the stuff that you could get off of it would be like 700 variant cards. And as much as this is an awesome Drax, I wouldn't care for one to have a Drax like this. I'd rather have something that I'm missing. And it gets even worse when you have the other two slots being filled by mystery variants. Now, the way that I think that you could fix this are two different folds. Number one, you could see what that third card was instead of it just being a mystery. It could actually show the variant that I would get. That way, if it's a variant that I actually think is neat and cool, I could go grab it. And you can rotate it every 8 hours or every day, depending on how you fix it. That way, if I see something in this spot here, in this third spot here, and it's a variant I'm looking for, I might just sit there and go, you know what, I'll go one more roll and get that variant that I'm missing. But again, if it was something that I liked, like, for example, this Hawkeye, I could be like, you know what, that's a neat little Hawkeye. Another solution that you could have to this particular problem is simply if you stop making them 700 altogether. If everything in here was guaranteed to be a 12 if you re-rolled it, that might be a big boon to getting people to want to get this stuff. Because yes, I know that you said that you can't have a pixel variant in there. But there's going to be somebody who gets this particular bird. And for whatever reason, they don't like this bird. And they're going to sit there and go and feel like they got cheated on this. Well, it's the simple fact that for the longest time, you or I or anybody else who played Marvel Snap would have said that you want to spend your tokens on the big bads. Yeah. The Galactuses, the Thanoses, the Kings, the High Evolutionaries. And right now, I would not tell anybody to spend their tokens at all on the big bads. So just wait for the cash to come out. Honestly, right now, the best advice I can give you if you're trying to play the game and get the most out of this new system is do not go and bother playing the cash game unless every single card in there of the three that you can see is a card that you're missing. Even if one is missing from those three, you pretty much are almost guaranteed to know that that's going to be the first one you're going to roll. And it shouldn't feel like that. So, there is a possibility of a solution to that. That you have to roll the other ones before you start getting the variants. So if you already own the null, you would have a better chance of getting the Jean Grey for this particular week. But I get why they're not going that route. Because if everybody stayed right on top of it, that means every week they'd have to open exactly one cache to keep on top of it. I get that that's not a good solution. But it also really hurts. I'm trying to get Jean Grey and I end up with this Brood. That does not feel good either. So, maybe just knowing what card I would get would make a big difference to me. Either A, sitting there going, hey, here's the 700 that you're gonna get. You're gonna get this Dan Hip Ultron. And I'm gonna sit there and go, sweet, I love Dan Hip. I love getting his cards. I have no problem if I roll that right now. And have it change every 8 hours, or have that change every day, depending on how you want to set that up. Or, for it, say that you're gonna get a 12 no matter what. Which means you're either getting this Crossbones, you're getting this Hawkeye, or you're getting this Destroyer. I mean, or maybe make it that you have different types that you can get depending on how good the card would be. Drop. If it's technically where it's supposed to be for Series 4, you'll get a 700 variant. But if it's Series 5, you'll get a $1,200 variant, or $1,200 gold variant. All of these are things that would change how it would feel to get about it. But that's the first problem that we need to talk about. It's just simply the fact that this feels bad right now. Like, I would not bother opening up a reserve cache right now. None of this is what I'm looking for. So I got my one and I got out. Okay. Now, there is a second issue in this particular cache reserve system. And that is simply the fact of this little chart that I'm about to pull up. So on this little chart, this shows what the new Spotlight caches look like. And in the new Spotlight caches, you'll see where it says those 50 collector's tokens. And those 50 collector's tokens just really sting, I'm sorry. 50 tokens hurt so much and feel so bad. The solution that I have for them is to just simply get rid of them, believe it or not. I would rather have 500 credits. Another solution that would be possibly to have here is one, instead of getting a 50 collector's token, instead I got a golden ticket for doing the conquest run. I would love to get a golden ticket instead of 50 collector's tokens right now. Because getting one set of 50 tokens does nothing for me. If you use the base model that you're looking for as a Series 4 card, just a Series 4, not a Series 5, you're just looking for that Series 4. To get this, that would be 1/60th of a card. 1/60th of a card. Not 1/6, 1/60th. You have to get 60 of these to get one Series 3 card. Series 4 card, sorry. And that's a lot to get off the tokens. And again, I'd rather have 300 credits instead. I'd rather have a golden ticket instead at this particular point, because a golden ticket would be more use to me. 300 extra tokens would be so much more use for me. Another thing that you could possibly do if you don't want to do gold and you don't want to do credits is you could do a reroll token. Now let me try to explain what a reroll token is. On missions, and right up here, that's where you do the rerolls on missions. Well, if you allow me to get a free mission reroll instead of even those 50 tokens, it would equal up to 150 tokens each time. That means if I miss something, if I miss like one day I'm out sick or one day I'm on vacation or something like that, I could use those tokens to basically gain the fact that I had to skip a day. You know, people get sick, people want to take a day off, take a weekend off, whatever. That'd be a good way to do it. You could, and I mean, that equals out to 150 tokens. And it still requires people to actually do stuff. That way they could get their weekly challenges done if they happen to miss the day, move more on the rewards track, and they wouldn't feel so bad. Yeah, I get the fact that you lose out on the collector's tokens, but I don't think getting 50 collector's tokens is really helping out anybody, because it's so low. It's 1/60th of a Series 4 card and 1/120th of a Series 5 card. Or a big bad, you know. I don't know where anybody's going to use those 50 tokens. So those are the two biggest issues that I see. It's just how the reward track works and how the spotlight cash works, I should say. That you don't know what you're going to get, and sometimes you don't want to use it. And the simple fact of you don't know, you're getting too little off that one little cash, that 50 collector's tokens, feels bad. And by making these changes, you could change how people would feel about getting some of this stuff. The other issue that I'm basically seeing on this is if we look at some of the reserves that are coming up here in the future, there's going to be 0 weeks for some reserves. And that feels kind of bad. You should never have a week where basically your solution is there's no point in me buying a reserve. For example, here's one that's coming out on August 8th, according to what they're showing. So this one happens to be Galactus, Nimrod, and Spider-Ham. Well, the biggest problem with this particular August 8th combo is, again, if you've been playing this game for the longest time, you were told to buy the big bad. So pretty much, I bought Galactus because it was a big bad. If you're buying the season pass, like you should be doing, because the season pass is the best bang for your buck, you own a Nimrod. And if you when the Spotlight Caches first came around with the new system of the Direct-to-Series 3, the first Direct-to-Series 3 was Spider-Ham. So on August 8th, if you bought Galactus because he was a big bad, got Nimrod because of the fact that he was a $10 season pass card, and bought Spider-Ham because he was the first Series 4 card that ever came out, and you had the tokens for him, on this particular week, you're just going to skip a week. And while that's awesome for you and you can save up for the next one, that should never be what you're looking for. And that's the problem with this. You know, if you go down a week here, if you got Nimrod in the season pass and you got stature just on pure luck or pure skill or whatever, then you might as well not buy this week, because you're going to take a shot at Lady Deathstrike. If on this particular week, if you bought the Silk because she was the first thing to come out when Reward Track came out to test the Silk, how Silk worked, and you got Nebula because of the fact that she was a season pass card, then X23, do you go and buy that to get the X23? August 29th, if you bought the Spider-Man 2099 because you liked them and you got the Kitty Pryde for free because of the error that happened, then you go for Silver Samurai just because of the fact that, you know, that's the only one in there. I mean, You look at August. There's a lot of August where if you own certain cards, you're basically skipping the entire month of August. Because you don't want to take the chance of rolling bad on Lady Deathstrike, X20C, and Fury of the Silver Samurai. And that should never be the answer to a question like this. And just entire month of content. Don't open caches for a month because there's nothing worth getting. You know, these are things that you could fix, and the way that you could fix them is by making some of these changes. Or it doesn't feel as bad to get the caches when you open up the caches. Look at your weeks, fix your weeks, make it so that you know certain cards aren't in there, certain cards are in there. You know, I know for certain people they want that season pass card in there because that's the first time they'll be able to get the season pass card. But for some people, if they own the season pass card, they're gonna feel really bad on a week where there's only one option that they care about. You know, 3 out of 4 shots to get jacked over is not something that you want to do, something you want to promote. And that's pretty much what you're doing with some of these weeks. The entire month of August is pretty much not a week where if you've been staying up on top of stuff, you care. If you've been getting the monthly passes every single month and being on top of stuff, you know. And that's not where you want this to be. You want the spotlight caches to feel good. And with simply even just making the changes that are out there, you can make the spotlight caches feel good. And none of this is going to cost you extra money, give away extra resources, if we could just simply see what we're getting in these spotlight caches. So on the week where I'm missing everything, maybe I want those variants, but maybe the mystery card is something that I don't want, so I skip that, or maybe I just wait a day or 8 hours, depending on how you do it, because that mystery card is something that I do want. I see that it's the Hawkeye that I want, or I see that it's a Dan Hip that I want, and I sit there and go, okay, I know I'm getting either the neat variant of this, the neat variant of this, the card that I'm missing, or I'm getting a variant that I want. If you own some of these cards, it's a way for you to still get the neat variants, but see what you want. Maybe sit there and go, this is when I want to open up the caches, this is when I don't want to open up the caches. This being a complete mystery is just mysterious to me why you're doing it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for boy.